sunny side up, awake to pride and I stretch my prayers right up beside the sky, and that's the God Supreme without the Sue. But don't get it twisted up, he's still supreme to you. Bow Heights in the big city, where we launch from, living in a skin placed under the gun, but on a straight path, never a detour, surviving in life's paint. That's what we for, taking a knee for, synergy reset. Check out the energy we get. The 3-man plan help you come out change forever better. Mute the noise like a silencer, making a pistol hiss. See the blessings giving you a way to take a crisis in midlife, turn it to a chrysalis. As we got older, we talk healthier. Loud attitude, crave to be stealthier. We cooked up an oath, putting an emphasis on growth, with a friendship that won't budge. Every now and then out of place we get nudged, but we day one fitted, so we stay a day with it. Most won't get it, trying to live out their dreams without someone adding a nightmare. And owning the right pair to walk away from it, it's not fairly easy, so some do plummet. Gotta learn to evolve outside the lines. That's how I do it with mines. Tiger eyes under the eyelids at every single view is what I'm teaching my kids to skip around the queue. No longer waiting for plates, we used to starve, so we allowed to bite off more than we could chew. Hey yo, Preem, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
That verse was the calm, now here's the storm. That verse was the calm, now here's the storm. That verse was the calm, now here's the storm.
Well, that's true. God's work to live amongst hurt, but stay planted in faith in straight form. It's a norm to have storms take position in skies, where uneasy waters indigenous to lies. But behold, there's gold tucked beneath the surface. Raised to be on point, but now we on purpose. Convert into a seed when rainy days come to leave lessons to learn from. No need to grieve for the death of the old you. The ushers in change. Give birth to better versions for you to claim. The best weight loss is losing the opinion of others with a cross to nail to you for sinning. They throw stones so that your towel gets thrown in, but you let them see you'll forever be sewn in to debate. And love has more stamina than hate, and showing them what we should choose to forsake. But knowledge isn't here to work on behalf of ego. Stormy weather moves through emotions of the people, and if they don't find a trace of what they feel in your face, they treat you like your actions aren't legal. But a cliff will never walk towards you for the fall, so plant firmly in where your knee goes to crawl, cause how you revel brings the devil to the past. So speak divine of God theory with no need to be high.
I speak divine of God theories. I speak divine of God theories, no need to be high.
Well, that's true.
All right, here we go. Yes, here we go. All right. Let me make sure my camera's wiped off. My lovely wife, one of my lovely wives always tells me to make sure my camera's wiped off. And make sure I'm coming in clear. Am I coming in clear, everybody? I want to make sure I'm coming in clear. That's very important to me that I come in clear to you all. All right. All right. First Americans in the house. First Americans in the house. Yes, first Americans in the house. My bronze men and bronze women, first Americans in the house. American nationals, first Americans in the house. How's everybody doing? Tonight I'm going to be talking about who really benefits from us identifying as Black people, because it's kind of a follow-up to the little piece I did on Tariq Nasheed and his embracing of Black, which is fine. He can embrace anything he wants to. I don't got no problem with Tariq Nasheed or the FBA people. I have zero problem with them. I just want that to be known. When I said what I said in the last broadcast I did, while I was talking about Black and bronze, I was speaking about that from a standpoint of reality. And I know that a lot of people are not into reality. I am. And the people who listen to me, hopefully you are as well. Because being Black or Black skin or us as Black people or a so-called Black race or Black lineage is not real. There's nothing real about us being Black people. There's nothing real about some fake Black lineage. Black is not real. And us as a Black race is not real. That was a term that was given to us by racist Caucasians who labeled themselves as white. Now, They labeled themselves as white back in 1651 in Virginia. Honestly, 1651 when they first came with the term white. And by that time, they was already referring to us as Negroes. It's from the Spanish and the Portuguese referring to us as Negroes, which means black. They just took the word Negro from the black and the Spanish and translated it into English to where they started after a while calling us black people. But we're going to get off into that. Before I do, in the name of Lord Amen, I share this message with you all tonight on Supreme American TV. I'm your host, the intellectual Lord Benjamin Manhattan. And I really want to delve deep into this because a lot of people say that, oh, this is semantics, it's plebiscite babble. A lot of y'all hear a terminology and you hear somebody popularize a terminology like plebiscite babble, FBA. A lot of y'all are, a lot of so-called black people are unfortunately part of a cult of personality. They love following personalities, people who show themselves to be a certain way. People get sucked up into people's personalities, people's characters. And that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. You're free to do whatever you want to do. You're free to believe and think how you want to think. However, I'm also free to present the truth to my people, the real truth, the logical truth for those who want it. Because there's plenty of people out here who want to hear the truth. That's why I said I'm not here to really deliver a message to black people. I'm not here to share a message with black people. I'm not. I'm here to share it with bronze people. Now, people say bronze people, what's with this bronze business? You know what we actually are, what our skin color actually is. I'm here to share a message with bronze people, the copper-colored races, the people who were described in the 1828 Merriam-Webster Dictionary definition of American, the real first Americans of America and only America, people who are falsely being called black people. But a lot of you have settled on being black people, and that's fine. A lot of you have settled on being black people, African Americans, and now FBA. And somehow you're being lied to by being told that these are lineages. Black is not a lineage. Black is a racial classification from the white supremacists. That's what black is. Black is nothing but a racial classification meant to put our people in a second class state of citizenship here in this country. Remember, I told you the white people that's a code word, a classification for the immigrants. The people who, because this is an immigrant government that was set up here, right, by Europeans. This was an immigrant government. And in order to militarize their race, the Europeans, in order to militarize their European race or group here, their nationality, organized, they became white people. They adopted the term white people, you see. And white, people, because, Tariq Nasheed pointed this out, that Caucasian people don't have white skin. But do you know what white is really symbolic of and why they call themselves white people? You know why Europeans really call themselves white people? They call themselves white people as a way to wipe away their heritage and culture in Europe and come together as white people, meaning people with a clean slate, people who have cut all of those ties and connections in Europe to come over into America and take rulership and become white Americans. In other words, you get a blank slate, clean slate. You starting over, you a white American, and a lot of these people came over here and did just that. A lot of them came over here, changed their names. A lot of them came over here and started acting like they really Americans. They tried to forget where they come from. For a while, they would be like, if you come from Ireland, Italy, Italian American, Irish American, German American, wherever you come from, your nationality, your true home, they just forgetting all about that. And they just came over here and made themselves the citizens of this country. White people, white Americans, a term called white Americans. There's no such thing as a white American. That's like saying I'm a black Italian. I can't be a black Italian. I can't be a black Irishman. I can't be a black Frenchman. I can't be any of those things by nationality, because those places already have a people who have a culture and history there. Whereas here in America, the Caucasians, the Europeans are allowed to come here and forget all about their European heritage and act like they're Americans. call themselves white people, reclassify themselves as white people. You see, that's why they really call themselves white people, because it was meant to be a clean slate. You see, when you wipe a board clean, it's white, it's just clean, nothing on it. Now they start to write their history here in America. They start talking about generations of their people here in America, and they forget all about their European history. Like a good example of that is George Washington, right? Nobody ever looks into George Washington's English heritage. They just automatically call George Washington American. He's not American, but he's down in the history books as American, and you would think that he's indigenous to America. The more and more they keep telling you that Caucasian people, white people, are American, you're going to start to think that they're indigenous to America. You'll start to believe that white people are indigenous to America, which they're not. So because it make me scratch my head when they sit up here and tell me, oh, America's a white country. America ain't never been a white country. Never. I don't care who's out in the forefront. I don't care who run the government. Culturally, America has never been a white country. It never has been. It never will be. Right? Because these people forget that they're not even American. I don't care if you're born in a country and you're there generations and generations, you are what you came from. You are by nationality where you come from. So if you got an Italian name, an Irish name, a German name, a French name, or whatever, if you are African from Nigeria, England, not England, excuse me, any of the African countries, so-called African countries, because even with the African countries, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because a lot of those places weren't even real countries. And a lot of people that went over into Africa was taken from America and shipped over into Africa. And they've been there so long, a lot of them think they're African. But you can really tell who's African and who's not. But that's another story. So now, this term of black people, which started off as Negro, along with making these white people Americans, for them to start erasing their European heritage. Like I said, nobody looks back at the founding fathers' European heritage because they trying to classify them as Americans. U.S. history wants to classify George Washington, all these people, as founding fathers of the United States of America. And they're not the founding fathers. They're not the only ones. You see, the real founding fathers of the United States of America, a lot of them were indigenous black people that helped in the foundation of this government. A lot of indigenous black people, because indigenous black people, it was more of our people here than Caucasians, than Europeans coming here. It was more of our people here. And we always pretty much outnumbered white people here. They just started lying and saying it was more of them here than it really was. But being that we are indigenous to America, so-called Black Americans, which is why we're the culture of America, because nobody ever questions if Native Americans was here before us, so-called Native Americans, if white people was here before us, then how come our culture dominates American culture? How come our music and things dominate American culture? You can't talk about American music without talking about black people. There's no American music without black people. None. Without so-called Black Americans, there is no American music. Every genre of music other than heavy metal, which is noise, that's not even really music. Other than that, that is the only music that black people didn't have their hands in creating, so-called Black Americans. Right. So being that we are the music here, we are the culture here. We're the culture, and white people represent the government, but we've always been the culture. They're the government, but we've always been the culture. Even things they do, from calling themselves cowboys to, listening to country music, all that's our music. Country music is black music. Okay. Country music is black music, Black American music. You see, calling themselves cowboys, they refer to us as cowboys first because we work with the cows. We were referred to as the real Indians, the American Indians, not the Native Americans who came later. These people are not indigenous to America, but because of the fact that they wanted to replace the indigenous people, the indigenous Americans, the bronze, copper-colored people who they found here, due to the fact that they wanted to replace us, one of the biggest ways to replace us is to start calling us black people. They started off gradually by calling us Negroes, because we remember that people keep on saying that we making this up about being American indigenous people, American Indians, that we the real American Indians. People love to say we making this up, but then how come we can show where the government at one point in time classified us as American Indian, and then they changed it from American Indian to American Negro, and they started reclassifying our people as Negroes, a Spanish term. Negros, de terras, you know, the blacks of the land. They call us black people of the land, and the Negros de Guinea, the blacks of Africa. So they call all our people with dark skin black. They call our people dark skin when they call us black people. Now, what's the symbolism of calling us black people? What is the symbolism of that? Well, the symbolism of calling us black people is as follows. They call us black people because they want to erase us. Black is a term of erasure. White is also a term of erasure. Y'all clear on that? White is the term of erasure. What were the Europeans, the Caucasians, trying to erase? They were trying to erase their European history. Remember, when they came to America, they was referring to this as the new land, the new world, and all this other stuff. They was open off of this. They came here and found us here. They said right in the 1828 Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of American, though the copper-colored races was found here by the Europeans. The word they would have considered the Americans. Okay. Not the white men. They didn't consider themselves Americans. It took them a minute before they would call themselves colonists, United States colonists. They would call themselves colonists. They wasn't calling themselves Americans. It took a minute before they start calling themselves American. And they was here in America going back to the 13 to 1400s. They started making their way over here. Some of them was over here before Columbus. Some of them made their way but they officially say it was 1400 Columbus discovered America. But you had people before that making their way here in the 1300s and stuff like that. Like they try to lie to this guy, Amerigo Vespucci, the Italian explorer, is the reason why this place is named America, which is a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. That is not the reason why this place is named America. It is named America because, oh, that was something else I turned on a mistake. I got myself on hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Wow. Hold on. Make sure I'm on wait a minute. Hold on. If everybody see me, I want to make sure. Wait a minute. Hold on. What the heck did I do? What the heck did I do? Am I on? Hold on. Give me a second. Wait a minute. Because I'm not looking at what I'm supposed to be looking at. Am I still on? Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. What the heck am I doing? Oh, boy. What am I doing? Okay. I got to enter back in. It's messed up for a second. Okay. Testing. Whoop. Okay. Why am I? Okay. Why am I too women? Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So. All right. Okay. That's thing. Okay. That's thing. Okay. All right. Am I coming in clear? Am I coming in clear? All right. Am I coming in clear? Am I coming in clear? All right. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. That's what I get for having so many windows open. I got too many damn windows open. That's the problem. That's what I get for having so many windows open. I got too many damn windows open. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Can everybody hear me now? Am I clear now? Am I clear now? Am I coming in clear? Can everybody hear me now? Am I clear now? All right. I'm sorry about that. All right. Sorry about that. But anyway, so they made us black, right? While simultaneously making themselves white. And they made themselves white so that they can classify us and make themselves us. Basically, the same thing that they fear today of replacement. You know, these Caucasians always talking about replacement, that they being replaced and whatnot. That's what they did to the indigenous people. The very thing they did to our people, the indigenous people, replace our people, start becoming us, calling themselves Americans. Because again, the identity theft is real. In the 1828 Merriam-Webster Dictionary definition of American, they tell you right there in that definition that uh, um, our people, that the people were reclassified, and that the Europeans take their name now. The Europeans calling themselves American. That the Europeans call themselves Americans, where at one point in time they acknowledged that we were the Americans. Okay, so if you want to present yourself as Americans, if these Europeans want to then take over because they feel like they got the system and everything, they got the law enforcement, they got the military, the government that they set up here. They basically took over the land from the indigenous people, basically pushed them off the land, and that was our people. That was our people that they pushed off the land, took land from our people. History that they don't record because they love to say that they wiped out the Indians with smallpox and whatnot because they have to explain where all these 77 million Indians went. They have to explain where all these 77 million Indians went who they claim they wiped out. Do you know what it is? Because that's what they say. They say that they wiped out 77 million Indians, right? In order to take this land. They killed off all these Indians. But here's the thing. Um, that you could tell that's a lie. They wiped out 77 million Indians with smallpox. They said they wiped out 77 million Indians with smallpox and blankets and whatnot. So I don't understand how people could celebrate the foundation of this country when they start off telling you that they committed a genocide on the indigenous people here. They start off telling you the Europeans committed a genocide on the indigenous people of this land. This is what they tell you in order for them to found this country. They basically took this land and killed off the indigenous people. This is what they telling you. And you're supposed to sing celebrations to this country? Really? There's nothing wrong with the land, but the people who uphold this and adhere to this, how they wiped out or claim they wiped out a group of people through smallpox and things like that, which is a bunch of lies. They wiped out the 77 million Indians through a pen, through the pen, through the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. They just reclassified it. They went from American Indians to American Negroes. They wiped out all the tribes, all of the indigenous tribes and whatnot. They would not put them on, document them. They basically showed the government was not recognizing them. So what the government was doing was basically erasing these people on paper. That was our people. And this is how we got to being black people. They made us into Negroes because that was their way of saying they're wiping out our history in America by blackening us up as a people. By making us black people, by classifying us as black people, they were wiping out our culture, our heritage here, our American culture and heritage, our indigenous culture and heritage. That's why they call us black people. Whenever you redact something, because the government has a history of doing this. They would redact things, they would black things out, black out information and history they don't want nobody to know about. So they would redact it out of the books. They would put black lines through things, right? They would put um, black lines through things like classified documents. The government will put black lines through the documents, right? And they tell you these are classified. They put black lines through it. They just put black lines through a whole bunch of indigenous people. They put black lines through us by calling us black people. Y'all follow? They did the ultimate uh they did the ultimate blackwashing, is what I call it. Basically washing away or blacking out our heritage here in this country, the real history of our people here. And they replaced it with this lie that we came on African slave ships from somewhere. And that we're because they wanted to push the idea that we're really um and the reason they tell that lie is because they want to push the idea that the white man is the only one that was left here to found this country. They want to push that lie that the so-called white man, the founding father, that they were the only people left here. In other words, they got rid of the so-called American Indians and wiped them out according to their lie with smallpox. 77 million people. They want to claim that that's how it went down, right? This is what they say because they want to be the ground floor. They want to be the new model going forward for American, for what an American is. Europeans want to be the new Americans. So they can't be the new Americans until they wipe out the old Americans. And how did they wipe out the old Americans? You call them black people. Hello. You call them Negroes. Hello. The term that Tariq Nasheed is trying to get us to embrace. You know, the term Tariq Nasheed is trying to get us to embrace, calling us black people, foundational black Americans. Why is it so important to get us to identify as black people? That's a real question. Why is that so important? Why is Tariq Nasheed and people like Umar Johnson so hell bent on us identifying as Africans and black? Ask us that question. We know it's not true that we know we're not from Africa, and we know we don't got black skin. So why are they trying to convince us otherwise? When I just told you that the term black come from the white tea supremacists, your racist European Caucasians who set up this government, they wanted to erase our people from American culture, from American history. We are the real American history here, pre-colonial history, pre before they came from Europe. Our history goes back further than anybody's here because we've always been in America. They want us to erase our history. That's why we don't know any real history of our people in America. All we know is black history, meaning history that has been blackwashed, blacked out, redacted, just like they did our people, calling us Negroes and black people. Why would you call us black people when we don't even got black skin? We come in many different shades of bronze, copper color. And remember, I said Tariq Nasheed trying to make it seem like we were ridiculous for referring to ourselves as bronze people, copper colored people. But at one point in time, we did. We definitely did. And it was the racist Caucasians who wanted to call us black people, darkies, niggas and everything else. They wanted to do that. They wanted to convince us that we were black people and whatnot. And they enlisted the help of a lot of sellout Sambos to do just that, to get out here and push this we black nonsense, to get out here and get us mad about stupid stuff like blackface and all that corny blackface nonsense. And again, that was the job of these pro-black undercover boule coon Sambo. They act like they play that pro-black stuff. Yeah, my black brother. These people, man, they really are a bunch of sellouts. These are the people who are trying to get us to embrace the classification of black and over what we know ourselves to be as bronze people, copper-colored races were found here by the Europeans. Tariq Nasheed quoted that. Remember, I told you he quoted that. Why would he quote that about us being a copper-colored race? Why would he quote that if he believes we got black skin? But he pretty much said, just like everybody, knows that black is a classification, not an actual description of our people. Now, again, I say this is important. This is not plebiscite babble because, you know, the color, because we should only, honestly, we should only be identifying as first Americans. I'm talking about the intelligent ones, my people. I'm not talking to so-called black people who don't even know that black is not a color, it's a shade. You know, you would identify with a shade, not a color. But we shouldn't even be identified, even as far as skin color go. We could just identify as first Americans, man. American. That's it, because we the only real Americans here by nationality. So we should just really be identifying as first Americans, or Americans as a community. As far as you black people want to go, y'all can identify wherever you want. You want to be Solon, you want to be FBA, you want to be Black Power, you want to be Pan African, all that. Then do that. Get down. I'm not trying to stop you. I'm not trying to stop. I don't want all so-called black people to be bronze and copper-colored people. I don't want them to acknowledge that because I'm one of the first people to say there should be a delineation from us as bronze, copper-colored people who know we first Americans of America from the so-called blacks who believe they from Africa and they came on African slave ships. That should be a separation right there. The indigenous people, the real indigenous bronze, copper colored people, are people, first Americans, separate from black people because black people are ignorant and they're always going to believe that they came over here on some cargo slave ship. They're going to keep sitting up here worshiping the image of these racist Caucasians and trying to get us to embrace a title, a classification that's just not real. It's not real. We're not going to keep embracing foolishness. We have American roots. Our roots are American. Our roots are not African. Our roots are American. You see, our roots are the only real American roots here. All these other people, European, Caucasians, all of them could trace their roots back to Europe. We ain't tracing our roots back to Africa. We don't have no trace back to Africa. That's some lie. This whole we got an African nonsense, some lie they made up. And I told you, these sellouts, they push two things: that we African and that we black. The sellouts push two things to our people. The Boule sellouts, that we African and that we black. That's why if you notice a lot of Boule Sambo, they end up having a lot of these guys always have some Pan-African degree in something. They always teach us something about black studies or African American studies or some nonsense like that. They always up there teaching that nonsense to our people, right? They get paid to basically lie to our people. You know, that's what they paid by these racist Caucasian behind the scenes to lie to our people about being black skinned people, about being African Americans, that we came on some slave ships. That's what they do. That's what they do. They get paid to lie to our people. You see, and I'm gonna say this: um, the genealogy and all that is good. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to you, Sausalino YT. Shout out to you in the house. Um, the genealogy is good and all that, and there's nothing wrong with looking up genealogy, but I already know what my genealogy. I already know what my family is. I already know from my father's side all the way to my mother's side. I already know my family. From my father's people from Washington, Georgia, my mother's people from Virginia. I already know what mine is. I already know the indigenous tribes my people are part of. So I really don't care too much about the genealogy. Most Black Americans so-called Black American family been here in America, got roots going back to slavery and whatnot. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, American indigenous. You're not African. You American indigenous. You first American, right? Or American Indian. I say first American because, I don't want to be linked with the Native Americans. I don't. I don't want to be linked with them. I don't want to make that a thing where we sitting around here putting energy into a culture as opposed to a nationality. Now I say putting energy into a nationality because nationality, you know, we by nationality are American. We by nationality are American because cultures come and go. The feathered head grounds and all this other stuff. I'm really not for the culture. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about all the indigenous culture stuff. I don't. Because at one point in time we were Mesoamericans. We go back to Mesoamerica. We go back to South America. We are the only real Americans here. And honestly, we should just be embracing who we are as Americans, as first Americans of America. That's it. That's why we're doing the first American Street Music Festival in May to celebrate who we are as first Americans. We're doing the first American Street Music Festival in May, May 16th and 17th to celebrate who we are as first Americans. Okay. Well, you say we Indians, not Americans, but the reality of it is, and that's cool. That's cool. You could say that we Indians not American, but this is America, and if the people that called us Indian were Europeans or Caucasians, it was the same people that called us American because America is still around today. This place is America right now. It's not India. The very people that's calling this India and things like these are Europeans, man. Because you got to take that over the greatest thought. These are Caucasians calling us Indian. We didn't call ourselves Indian. They called us Indian. Okay? We didn't call ourselves Indians. We in America today, and 1828 Merriam-Webster Dictionary definition of American, they referring to us as American. The copper-colored races here in America. So they referring to us as American here, and America is still there. So I'm gonna refer to myself as American, first American, meaning the person indigenous to America, because my roots stretch beyond American indigenous culture, American Indian culture, which we call that with the feathered headdress. Our culture goes back beyond that. You see, this is India. Oh, okay. All right. India. Who said this was India? Did we say this was India, or did they say this was India? Who said this? And who said this was India? Did we say that? You sure, Sassino? You said that. You said that this is India. Okay. Um, did we say that, or did they call us Indians? Sure. Let me see. Let me see what they called us. What we called ourselves Indians. I need to know what we called ourselves Indians. Well, show me. I never saw in any of your documentaries where we called ourselves Indians. You see, and what is the Indian language? What is the Indian language? Because see, you can say this place is India all you want to. It's not India now. It's not. It's America. You see, because the white man can move all of these. He classify all these places differently and whatnot. I'm in America today. You know, I don't have no real attachment to the word India. It's just another word to me. I'm in America today. And I do know the word America came from our people. I know you know that the word America came from our people. You see, we signed treaties. I didn't sign no treaty. I don't know about no treaties. I don't know what them people did back then. I know what I am today. I'm American. I'm American. First American. Did not the word America come from our people? Yes or no? And did we and show and prove we call ourselves Indians? Because I never seen or heard that our people call themselves Indians. I never heard that. You see? Yeah. Yeah, India. Who gave it that? The white man called it India Superior. He called this place India Superior. These are all Europeans. We didn't call it nothing because again, we went by tribal affiliations of indigenous people. We didn't call this no India Superior. We didn't call it that. They called it that. They called it that. I'm dealing with now and into the next. We in America. I'm not worried about what this place was called. You can call yourself Indian all you want to, but at the end of the day, if you carry a white man's name, if you sitting up here and your passport or wherever you go says American on it or United States of America, and when somebody asks you, are you an American? I'm pretty sure you're not going to say you're an Indian. You're going to say you American. You're going to say you an American citizen or whatever the case may be. So what's wrong with us saying we first Americans? I don't understand that. I'm in America. I'm not in this. Not India Superior now. I'm in America. You see, exactly. They don't call it the United States of India. We not so. We in America right now. I don't care what it used to be called. A lot of things used to be called something else. Okay, a lot of things used to be called something else. You see, I'm a modern to next day type of person. I'm on the next. I'm into the next. So I know this place as America, and I know my people are American, not African, and that's where we going from here. If people want to classify themselves as Indians and this was Indians, I don't live in the past, my brother. I don't. I don't live in the past. I don't live in the past. I know my people are American. That's it. You see, today is still India. Okay, well, if that's what you want, okay. Well, if you believe you believe this is still today is still India, did we call this place India? Or did they call it India? Did we call this place India Superior or did they do that? That's a question. Did we call it that or did they call it that? I want to know, did we call ourselves Indians or did they do that? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. America comes from our people. Yeah. America comes from our people. The word Africa comes from the Greeks. America comes from our people. So, being that America is a word that has stood the test of time, right? Being that America, see, the problem is, you know why people don't want to say they first Americans? You know why the real problem is with that? Is because y'all equate American with the white man. That's the problem. You equate America with the white man. You let him punk you out of being first Americans. So we'll sit up here talking about we Indian. Look, we ain't in India no more. This place ain't called India no more. And we didn't call ourselves Indian. We did not. We did not. You see, we did not. We in America today. And he showed where the word America came from our people. So why wouldn't I classify myself as first American, as an American? I'm not classifying myself as an Indian. I'm not. Sorry, I'm first American. You know, they called it India. Yeah, they meaning the white man, right? The white man called it India, and he called us Indian. So no, thank you. Just because of that, no, thank you. No, thank you. He called us Indians. No, thank you. That's the same way as he called us African. I don't want nothing he called me. I'll take American because American is traced back to our people, and this place is America today. So, God damn it, I'm American today. First American. Miss me with the Indian stuff. No, thank you. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's what you want to do. Fine, no disrespect. But I'm not with the Indian stuff. I'm not going to be sitting around here. You know, I got some pictures with the feathered head crowns on, and we're going to have them on at the first American Street Music Festival because the indigenous people are first Americans. So I will have one. We will have on our feathered head crowns and whatnot, celebrating our first American heritage. But that's as far as it goes, man. All that tribal stuff and all that. We Indians not doing that. We're not doing that. We Americans over here. We Americans, first Americans. Stop again. The problem is people want to see, like I said, people associate the word America with the white man. That's the problem. That's why y'all would rather be Indians than Americans. You would rather be Indians than first Americans. You know, that's really what it is. That's why they don't. That's why they used to. You want to fight to call yourself a dead title. Indian is a dead title. It's dead. I'm not trying to bring it back alive. I don't care. It's to me, it's just another white man's classification. I have no connection with. I could care less about what they call us as Indians and whatnot. Because again, we get caught up too much in the culture instead of who we are by nationality. Who we are by nationality is American. That's who we are. That's what we were back then, and that's what they called us. And that because that's really what we were. Because the word America comes from us, and the word America spread because of us, not because of them. And that's what this place is now. So I'm going to go with what's now and what's into the next. Simple as that. All right. Caucasians are Europeans. They are not Americans. Caucasians are Europeans. They are not Americans. Native Americans are Asiatic people. They are not Americans. And you already know everybody else come from someplace else. So we just going to just leave America there. We're going to leave America there for the so-called white tea supremacists, whatever superiorists, sit up here and grab it and call himself American. He said, nah, man, I'm not with that. No. You see? No, I'm not with that. Whoever want to be Indian, that's fine. Exactly. The land of the feathered serpent. Again, exactly. There we go. We first Americans over here. We first Americans. You see, that's why our festival, I stopped using the American Indigenous Street Music Festival, which we used last year, because I don't want to be linked to the so-called Native Americans. That's why we're only going to be wearing the feathered head crowns. Just on that day, going up here, celebrating our first. We're gonna have the good ones too. On first, we're gonna have the good ones out there. But past that, you ain't gonna be seeing me like really rocking the feathered head crown. Like I got pictures on my Facebook page, under Chief Buck. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me having fun with that. But I'm not sitting around here embracing the whole American Indian thing. That don't mean nothing to me. It means literally nothing to me. I know my people are indigenous to America. That's the point. So again, let me say something to a lot of you guys out here who content creators and trying to keep going on about us being American indigenous. I appreciate you. But let's just be for real. You can only say you American indigenous but so many times. Okay, we get it. We indigenous to America. We the only real Americans. Show the pictures and show all that. But you're going to all you just saying over and over again, we indigenous to America, we indigenous to America, we indigenous to America. We got that. So we saying we first Americans of America. That's it. That's it. That's what our community is based on. Our community, Republic of America worldwide, ROA worldwide. We are first Americans. We refer to ourselves as first Americans in our community. We don't call ourselves American Indians. We don't call ourselves American Indigenous. We damn sure ain't calling ourselves no Native Americans. We refer to ourselves solely as first Americans because we wanted to replace that whole African American thing. We ain't no damn African Americans. We refer to ourselves as first Americans only. That's it. That's it. You see, we the only real Americans here. So why the hell I'm gonna call myself an Indian? You know who the Indians are today? Them people over there in India. They Indians today. I'm not going back and forth with them. So now you got to compete with them about the term Indian. The Hindus, you got to compete with. No, no, thank you. I know they're not real Indian. Whatever, that's fine. They all classifications and names. I know my people, indigenous bronze people, the copper colored races, the real Americans, the first Americans named themselves, named this place or called this place America from them. The word came from them. And this place is called America today. So guess what? I'm gonna be American. I'm good. I'm good. You know, I don't need nothing else. I'm American. I'm first American. You know, we got to come into the future, man. We got to come into the now and into the future, man. We got to come into the future now and into the future. You know, yeah, well, that's fine. Well, let them be real red Indians. We first Americans over here. Let them be Indians over there. That's their business, man. I'm not Indian. I'm not with the Indian thing. I even look at the indigenous tribes as first American. I call them first American tribes of America. I call them first indigenous Americans. You know what I mean? I don't call them American. I call them first indigenous Americans or just the first Americans. You know, 'cause again, Indian gets you stuck in a whole tribal mentality. It gets you stuck in a space of feathered head crowns because I don't want to do the Hotep thing, you know, because I'm starting to see this with a lot of our people who waking up to the reality that we really the first America, that we really American indigenous people. A lot of people, what you say American Indian, I'm starting to see this turn into with the awakening of who we are as American Indians, first American indigenous. People starting to turn this into some Hotep shit. I'm gonna be honest, they starting to turn into some Hotep stuff. You see, they really starting to get off into the Hotep stuff. You know, where everybody talking about this document, this video, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, here we go. It's about to be on some Hotep pseudo babble shit about who we are as first Americans. I'm not with that. I'm like, we got one definitive title for what we call ourselves first Americans. That's it. We have one definitive title. That's it. We them bronze skin people, but we don't even go by the skin complexion. We know we bronze skin, copper colored people, but we also claiming who we are as first Americans. That's it. That's what we classify as in our community as a Republic of America worldwide. And if you agree with what I'm saying about us being first Americans of America, that says it all. That says indigenous. That says everything. If you agree, become a registered member of the Republic of America worldwide, ROA worldwide. Go to ROA worldwide and register to become a first American in our American community. Because our community is an American community. We ain't got no Indian community. We're an American because we're the only real Americans here. I'm not gonna, you know, uh, uh, um, disconnect myself from the word America and call myself an Indian because so-called white man. Because again, that's what a lot of y'all gotta get that out your head that these people are American. Get that out of your head. The Europeans and Caucasians are not American. And y'all let them get away with that. You let them become us because y'all so busy trying to be something else. You're trying to be Native Americans, you're trying to be American Indians, you're trying to be Asiatic black men, you're trying to be Christian, Israelites, Moors, all that other nonsense, instead of being just who we are, American. American, first American. That's all. That's what we need, man. That's all we got. That's what we need. We in our community, we got our own American names. You know that? And our community, we got our own American name. My name, Benjamin Manhattan, Benjamin Manhattan. Pronounced Benjamin Manhattan is an American name. It is an American name by nationality. And people would say, "Oh, brother, you made that up." Everything's made up. But here's the thing: me as an American man, I can name myself and create American names for ourselves because everything's made up from a people. But here's the thing: we are anchored into America because we're the only real Americans. So yeah, you damn right, we got our own American name. We got our own American language. We got our own American flags within our community. Okay, we got our own American lineage. And we our lineage is American. So all that FBA garbage, all that other ADOS nonsense, no, no, thank you. All that we Indians and Africans and Native Americans, no, thank you. Nope, nope, no, thank you. We moving on. We moving on. They say let them people stay stuck in the past. We moving on. You say no disrespect to nobody else, but we gotta move on. You know, we too old to be playing dress up and everything. Says it's a time and a place for everything. The time and the place is gonna be at the first American Street Music Festival. See, we out here celebrating who we are as first Americans. I don't see nobody celebrating no Indian stuff. All people talking about Indians, I don't see no celebrations out there. We doing real celebrations, acknowledging we first American Day. We on we on we on the page and in real time with who we actually are as a people. We on the right page. We're not running away from being American. We embracing who we are as Americans. We embrace you see, we embracing who we are as first Americans. We're not running away from we're not trying to call ourselves something else, man. That's it. You see? Everybody want to call it something else, that's fine. Cool. You free to do whatever you want. You doing that. We embrace the reality of who we are as Americans. First American. And we have our community and our own things and whatnot. Come along because we're building our own progressive American community within the United States, our own community for the bronze people. So join the army, our community all over. We got members in the UK, we got members all over the place. You see, we're a growing community. We're growing because if you have American roots, meaning you are American by nationality, which all bronze people born in the Americas who have their link going back through the Americas, but South American bronze man, North American, the islands, all people all over the Americas, man. If you are indigenous to these lands, man, then you American or bronze person, you are American. So that's what we're embracing. We don't need more confusion. We in America. Okay, we American. You don't get no more simple than that. So we celebrating that reality of our American lineage, which is only American, thoroughly American. We celebrate no African nonsense because we ain't no African all life. They all African. That's a lie. So again, help us to put this on, doing this out. You know, I ask for the donation, 10,000 plus. Right now, we're trying to make 4,000. We got 40 some days left. So please go to FASMFest, FASMFest.com, FASMFest.com, and donate, become a sponsor. If you want to set up a table, if you want to, um, if you want to perform, if you want to do anything, sponsor, you know, whatever the case is, or just donate. Go to page FASM, go to our official website page, FASMFest.com. Get involved. Get involved. It's going to be big. It's the second time we're doing it, and we're the only ones out here celebrating who we are as first Americans. You know, everybody else on some other shit. Hey, man, we right in alignment with the times. We going forward in the time. So, FASMFest, FASMFest.com, FASMFest.com. Please go and donate to that. Let's make it happen. I'm gonna be out there running my mouth. We're gonna have trail rides out there. We're gonna have merchandise out there. The Notorious Olmax shirt representing Notorious Olmax. See, Notorious Olmax. We had it out there. All right. Represent. So, yeah, we're gonna have all that out there. You know, we're gonna have merchandise out there. We're gonna have food out there. It's gonna be music out there. It's gonna be a beautiful celebration, celebrating our American heritage, our American lineage. That's what it's about right there. First Americans. So come on out, celebrate with us. Please make a donation to the First American Street Music Festival. Come on, we got like 41 days to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Now all give. You know what I'm saying? Because all, like I said, this is to produce something for us, so our babies can come here. I want the First American Street Music Festival because we're gonna keep doing it every year. We're gonna make sure we got the park locked down. We're gonna be at Rocky Cook Senior Park. Like I said, we're gonna have live music out there. We're gonna have fashion show. I'm gonna be launching my line, Lord Manhattan. Lord Manhattan. I'm launching that upscale leisure wear. It's gonna be live music. It's gonna be DJs. It's gonna be performances. Trail rides. It's gonna be beautiful. Vendors out there, plenty of food. We're gonna have feathered head crowns out there for sale. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good vibration out there for the next 2 days. It's gonna be live stream. We're gonna be out there interviewing people, talking. There's gonna be plenty of security out there because it's a family event, right? It's gonna be plenty of security out there. It's a family event, right? So yeah, it's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be a lot going on, and yeah, we have a good time, very good time. So please support Fashion Fest, FASMFEST.com. Donate. Also, yeah, there we go. FasmFest.com. That's our site, the official site for the first American Street Music Festival. That again, we celebrate our American culture, our music, our foods. Right? We're gonna be networking with each other. I'm gonna running my mouth, teaching and whatnot. I'll be asking questions. We're gonna have police out there. We're gonna have security out there. Security, our people gonna be out there. So it's gonna be a safe environment. You gotta worry about nobody being harmed. Nobody gonna harass you. Everybody's gonna have come out. It's gonna be very child friendly for the family, man. We need to have something as first Americans come and celebrate. Same way the Arabs, right? Same way the Arabs go to Mecca, Saudi Arabia, or Muslims go to Saudi Arabia and celebrate their Islamic belief. Same way the Jews go to Israel to go to the mall and do what they do. We need to have a place to go celebrate who we are as first Americans. And that's going to be the first American Street Music Festival, the second annual Fest, first American Street Music Festival. Sponsors needed. Sponsors, we need donation. Let's make this happen, man. Come on, we're pushing it. Let's go. We need sponsors. We need that. We want ATL artists in alignment and support the festival. There's no way that this should be going on in Atlanta, and we don't have like people out here, the rappers and stuff like that, who acknowledge that we indigenous to America. They should be out here. How could they help? So again, if you want the sound of my voice, how you can help, go to FasmFest.com. Sponsors are needed. It's the second annual one. We're gonna make it bigger and better every year. It's a family event. Come out and support that. Also, you can go to my Mental Patreon page. Go to Mental Patreon, become a patron of my Mental Patreon page. Right, we celebrating. I don't know, cast we got, but go to my Mental Patreon page. That's the channel where I say things and talk on there where I can't speak like I want to speak on there. But go to my Mental Patreon page. I drop a lot of knowledge in there, so that's on Patreon. What else? Go to my Buck Manhattan page. My Buck Manhattan page is my other page, Buck Manhattan. My nickname, the Buck Manhattan channel. Yeah, go to Buck Manhattan channel on there. That's my channel where I speak about all things in pop culture, what's going on. So, check that out. The Buck Manhattan channel. All right. On YouTube, subscribe. Don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Make sure you share this. Share this cast. Share this. Because let me tell you something before I close out with this whole thing about even the term white supremacy, before I close this out. The term white supremacy is really not what these people are driven by. It's really just a bunch of white racists, and they want to have a superior / inferior dynamic with black and white. In other words, they want to come off as superior, and they want you so-called blacks to be inferior. That's really the vibration they work for. They are superior, and you are inferior. That's how they're trying to really push it. They're not supreme. There's nothing supreme about them, because if they were, they wouldn't constantly feel the need to have a pissing contest with bronze men, so-called black men. They always, these Caucasians, these racist Caucasians, they always have this chip on their shoulder when it comes to us, because we make them feel inadequate as men. I'm convinced that racist Caucasian males who don't like us is because we make them, just the presence of us, the pureness of our men, the strength of our men, the bronzeness of our men makes them feel inadequate as men. They feel like males amongst the men. You see? They feel like males amongst men. See, that's what they don't. That's why they hate our people, and this is why they want to always keep us as black people. They want to be superior to us, and they want us to be inferior to them. And this is why when you accept that you're a black person, you're basically accepting that you are inferior within their system. You are accepting that you are a second class citizen in their system, that you are beneath them in their system. And this is what people, these pro blacks, want you to embrace. This is what these pro-blacks want you to embrace. They want you to embrace being a black person, second-class citizen. That's why they'll sit there and tell you, "Oh, it's time wasting battle if you're calling yourself a bronze person." How if it links us to who we are as first Americans? Because the description of the copper-colored races were found here by the Europeans. That's still a very strong connection to who we are as first Americans. Of course, they want to erase that. So how do you erase that? Call them black people. Call them African Americans. Lie about their heritage and culture. Because if we keep lying over time, then people don't believe that that they wiped out the Indians, that they was gone, the white man came and rebuilt society, and that's a lie. That's all a bold-faced lie. The first American indigenous people were hidden under blackness. And the only ones who benefit from it is racist Caucasians who call it. That's why they can make movies about blackface. They can sit up here and blame crime on our people and claim we got low IQs and we beneath them. They stay focused on our people. We live rent free in their head. And that's because we allow them to call us black people. You see, somebody said black men and black women are ethnicities or ethnicities or nationalities. Um, no, no, it's an ethnicity or nationality. Are you asking the question? Is black men and black women are ethnicities or nationality? It's neither. It's a classification. Black man, black woman is a racial classification. Uh, um, it is a societal classification. I don't. It's not a racial classification. It's a societal classification. All right. You're classified in this society as black people under this system. You are classified as black people. Okay. That's what that is. Yeah, they're not black men, black women, not. They're classifications on the races. European government that set up here. They call themselves white people. They call us black people. And that's it. That's all it is to it. There's nothing deep about that. It's a caste system, just like it's a caste system. And like I said, you're always going to have sellouts who want to push the caste system down on you. People that look like you will tell us we under the system of white supremacy. See, and it's time wasted tether babble if we say we bronze people. We you just shut up and be black like the white man tell you. Why you want to be bronze? That's time wasted. See, we got to be black because it's a classification, and we got black muscles, and if you because we black, that was some tether babble that Tariq Nasheed gave us one the last one when the brother was talking and that crazy nonsense he said about he started going into this tirade about blackness. It was sounding like Umar Johnson with the Pan African shit. He was sounding a lot like Umar Johnson, still trying to convince us that we came on some slave ships from Africa. That goofy nonsense, that Daffy Duck shit that he started. But we first Americans over here. I don't care what them people do. But that's it, man. So and also check out the American Indigenous channel. Check out the American Indigenous channel, Sister Imran Benzetta, and also check out Draconian Rules, the clothing line by one of our good brothers, named Ruben Tangerine. And that's it. Anything else we got? Again, FASMFest.com. Support and come on out. Come on out. It's open to the public. Come on out. We're gonna have a good time. Family event, FASMFest.com. Let's make this happen. Let's make it happen. Come on, y'all. Get them donations and go hit the link down below. You'll see it. Support. Let's not run our mouths. If you ain't gonna support, then don't run your mouth about you want to see things change for our people. This is a big step in the right direction. Big step. You see, it's a big step in the right direction. Let the white man keep black. Let him keep black. Let him make the Hindus black. Let the East Indians, the Hindus be black. We bronze over here. And we're not even brown. We don't even use the term brown. You know why? I'm going to close out. The reason why I don't use the term brown, because you got a lot of people say, yeah, well, we brown. No, we're not brown. You know what makes us not brown? Because you can tell what brown is. Brown is flat. Brown is a flat color, right? Like You could tell the Mexicans, the Hindus, those are brown people. Okay, those are brown. The Mexicans, the Hindus, those people are brown people. We don't look like them. You could tell the difference between us and them. You know why? Because we have a certain sheen to our skin. We have a certain sheen to our skin. So you could tell that we're not brown like them. The sheen to our skin makes us or gives us a copper look to our skin. That's why I'm gonna call us brown people, because we are not brown. We don't have brown skin. We have more bronze, copper colored sheen to our skin, which makes us different. If we had that dull brown look on our face, you could call us brown, but which sets us apart. That's why you can put a so-called Hindu, Arab, and East Indian next to us who got dark brown skin, and they don't look like us. They still don't look like us. We got the copper colored skin. You see the sheen in our skin, you see the sheen in my skin. We got that copper colored skin. See, American, a noun. A native of America originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. So right there, that's telling you that it's identity theft. What they committed was identity theft. They stole our heritage. They stole our names as American. They stole our nationality as American, and they tried to replace us. That's all. That's why you'll see them up there trying to, in the 50s, that was really big from the 50s to the 70s, the copper tone sunscreen they put on their skin to have a copper tone to their skin, basically trying to look like us, because the goal was to replace us. And the only way to replace the real Americans is by telling them they're something else. Black them out. That's all. That's it. But I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you so much, Sasinano YT. Thank you for coming in and joining me, brother. And no problems or issues with you. You're gonna call yourself Indian, that's cool, brother. There's no problem. But we first Americans over here, we celebrate that. So I'm gonna have to close this out. I gotta get ready for my other cast. I'm gonna close this out. And Lord, I'm not trusting. Lord, I'm not thinking. And Lord, I'm not in this message again. Phasm Quest. And of course, ROA Worldwide. Where am I closing out? Well, you know I gotta close out with some music. All right. Good night.
Yo, I stay real, I gotta pay bills. I be a pusher man, just call me Curtis Mayfield. I draw like Picasso, red Billy Blanco. I made it, I'm like Mitch Green, did it when I close. Meaning I'm a rhyme fest, what up? My career is in 5th gear and I'm near the clutch. I'm riding for my home team, strapped like I'm Bo King, making sure them youngins keep their eye up off of my chain. Brick City militant, Jay Dilla diligent, blacking out like Eminem. These kids love my riddle and I'm bad, my character. Textbook of a winner, I'm shutting the lights off when I talk. It's Jimmy Lennon, it's Redman, bruh. You ain't gonna hear me on the radio. Yo, I'm too explicit for the radio. You don't get airplay with bars out of San Quentin, word up. That's why I keep a grill on my cameo. Look at them, these little niggas, they ain't learn nothing. That's why I'm mean mugging, creeping like Eileen cousin. Fighting with a pen and pad, I got the art of war. I'm up like them quad wheels out in Baltimore. Redman, fuck the world, make a meme out of James Bond with the phone so I can screenshot him. Lyrically suicide, I'm on my Steve Jobs. Even the amputee hand trying to give me 5. Damn, yo, we be moving over here. You see a boss over here, nigga. Yeah, I don't play games. I'm trying to stay alive. So run and tell JJ I'm dynamite. Yo, we be moving over here. You see a boss over here, nigga. Yo, I don't play games. I'm trying to stay alive. So run and tell JJ I'm dynamite. I'm dynamite. I got the dynamite. Yeah, cause we be moving over here. Lyrical heron, fuck what they moving over there. Talk shit, these niggas they get put in urgent care. I don't judge them, I just listen to these rappers to be fair. But it's nothing to compare, I give you a whole buzz a year. That shit you rap about when we met, it wasn't there. Where your guns at, nigga? Where your Tupacs, Biggies and puns at, nigga? Where your folk docs, meths, iron lungs at, nigga? Got my goons watching like, yo, who brung that, nigga? Your career over fast, unsung that, nigga. Trey 8 black mask, bung that, nigga. Knife wound, chest open, one lung that, nigga. It's Donnie, Silver B. Bobby Bachelor. I hate how they be acting. If you a sucker, then the suckers you gon' be attracted. Yeah, this that 54 show. This that band from TV. This that that reservoir flow. This that dope money, Chic, Luge, Edgar Allan Poe. Yo, I got weed and brown liquor for your baby mama. I voted for her 8 years like I did Obama. Call of Duty in the Sprinter on my way to Reno. Peeky out like I'm rich while I drink Pinot. Yo, Doc, cause we moving over here.
Yo, we be moving over here. Yo, we be moving over here. You see a boss over here, nigga. Yeah, I don't play games. I'm trying to stay alive. So run and tell JJ I'm dynamite. Yo, we be moving over here. Yo, we be moving over here. You see a boss over here, nigga. Yo, I don't play games. I'm trying to stay alive. So run and tell JJ I'm dynamite. I'm dynamite. I'm dynamite. The dynamite. The dynamite. I'm dynamite. I'm dynamite. The dynamite. The dynamite.
Hey man, kick a little something for all them cars that got the woofers in the trunk.
Let's give
We should stay right here a little longer. Barely get to see each other. We can spend the weekend on the water. Even let you take me under. No, you're usually all work, no play. Glad you came. You should stay until Saturday. 'Cause you ain't gotta work tomorrow anyway. Do it, babe. Sweet Saturday.